got me restless.
I'm gone.
Run with a wild crew, they get reckless. Young boy, come up off that neck.
Give me that.
To the trends. See a lead, be the band.
Welcome to Bleachers and Speakers. I'm your host, June. I got my co-host, B. Foster, in the building. I want to remind everyone to subscribe to Bleachers and Speakers on YouTube and follow us on all the podcast aggregators for your audio fix. Just type in Bleachers and Speakers, FFSN, into those platforms like Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Podcast, and make sure you hit that notification bell and download those episodes on there. We are talking about a featured player of the week. Foster, I'll let you take it from here.
All right, next we're going to be talking about Abdul Carter out of Penn State. He's the number one ranked edge rusher. He's 10th overall amongst all prospects. He's 6'3", 252 pounds, and he ran a 4.48 40-yard dash. He had some pretty good success. Yeah, right. We talked a lot about an edge rusher last year by the name of Chop Robinson, and I feel like he's along that same mold. I think Abdul is probably ranked a little bit higher, but he's of that same mold of raw edge rusher out of Penn State. As a freshman, he had 56 tackles, 10.5 tackles for a loss, and 6.5 sacks, which was good enough for him to be a freshman All-American. As a sophomore, he was first team All Big Ten and All-American. And as a junior, in his full breakout season, he had 17.5 tackles for a loss during the regular season, 8 sacks in just 10 games. Now, overall, he had 24 tackles for a loss throughout the season, including the playoffs, and that broke and that was more tackles for a loss than Myles Garrett and the Bosa brothers were able to manage while they were in college. And we all know that's a prestigious, level of talent when you're talking about guys of that magnitude. He transitioned from outside linebacker to full-time edge this year, and it proved to be the right decision. He's an impressive athlete with room to grow. He's got impressive bursts off the line of scrimmage to win with speed. He's got a solid dip and rip move, and has quickness to change the direction to develop a good inside stick move as well. He's got a physical and aggressive style, and he has experience dropping in coverage, obviously, from being an outside linebacker, and he's got the athleticism to do that as well. As far as his negatives, he's still raw at that edge as an edge player. Obviously, he's only been playing permanently on the edge for one full season, and he needs to learn how to use his hands more. I mean, he's able to get by right now off just raw athleticism and just speed off the line of scrimmage, but he's going to need to utilize his arms, his hands and his arms more. He needs to get better at block recognition and run block situations, and he needs to get stronger. He's got a lack of strength. And when offensive linemen are able to get their arms extended on him, he can be neutralized pretty well. As far as what his role would be with the Lions, obviously we need more explosiveness and just impact players off the edge. Next year, hopefully Hutch will be pretty much 100% at the start of the regular season. We will likely have Zadarius Smith coming back as well, but you can never have enough edge rushers. You can never have enough athleticism out there. So I think he would, fit in well. He could drop into coverage at times. He could maybe play some outside linebacker, but he would have the opportunity to, develop and get better off the edge because we do have two pretty good edge rushers. So he would definitely have some good mentors to teach him, the techniques and ways to be a high motor, every down edge rusher. And that would be another dream, another pipe dream. This is he's a guy that's going to be the first edge rusher taken off the board, and he's 10th overall. So we're sitting way way back in the 30s, of course. But you know what? We said the same thing about Terrion Arnold, and we found a way for him to drop to us and trade up for him. So you never know. Abdul
As a
Carter.
Lion fan, you can't have it both ways. We can't draft the best pass rushers, the top rated pass rushers on the board, the ones with the high 40 times and great production, and be successful the year prior. It just doesn't happen like that. When you're successful, you're going to draft in the 20s and I think close to 30. So I don't imagine this guy being here, but this is someone we could definitely use as an edge. Foster, once again, you've done a great job. I want to remind everyone to subscribe to Bleachers and Speakers on YouTube and make sure you're following us on the podcast aggregators as well. Great job. I just hate when you do these prospects that I know we're not going to get. But you never know. Trust, let Brad Holmes cook.
Get your lick back. If an nugget